Hello friends, welcome to my morning routine. This is my fall morning routine, just kind of what I'm into right now during the season of fall and the habits that I'm kind of prioritizing at this time. This changes all the time. I have tons of routines on the calendar or on the feed, so you can go check those out as well. Right now, my husband and I are waking up around 5 a.m. and it's fall, so we have to set the vibes, of course, as soon as we wake up. So I am lighting candles and just trying to set the tone for a cozy, comfy morning. I typically will light candles in the mornings in the fall and in the winter. It's a vibe. It makes me feel happy to be awake, even though the sun is currently not up. And same thing for the twinkle lights in the kitchen, just kind of setting the tone, setting the vibe. One of the best decisions that we made in the last several years was to buy this coffee pot. It is the beautiful coffee pot by Drew Barrymore, I think like from Walmart. I think it was like maybe a $40 purchase, and it is everything to me because we can set the timer for it. So at 5 in the morning, my coffee is brewing, and so I feel like I need to be out of bed before my coffee is done. What a treat. And we got these pumpkin mugs last year from Target in the dollar aisle. So I think it was like $3 or something for the small one, $5 for the big one. And I just make my coffee and go ahead and head into the living room and start journaling. Typically, I will journal first thing in the morning. Right now, I just do kind of 2 full pages in my journal of free write, and that's about it in the mornings. I do another journaling check-in in the evenings, but yeah, for the morning, I'm just kind of getting my thoughts out of my head, clearing my mind. I don't know how people function without journaling in the morning. I can't. It's like my brain feels foggy and clogged up if I don't. So it's what I have to do. And after I journal, I sit down and read for a little bit until about 6 a.m. And in this one, I'm reading The Penelope, I think is how you say it, from Margaret Atwood. This was a really fun book to read. It's kind of like a Penelope's version of the Odyssey and like how she experienced his time away. But it was a really good read. But anyway, I sit and read until about 6 a.m. Around between 6 and 7, I did not film because this is usually our time with our kiddo. So we wake the kiddo up, we get the kiddo ready for school, and then they head out around 7. So I just kind of kept that for the family. And then around 7, when the sun starts coming up, I open all the windows and just let fresh air in, let the sunlight in, and it's like waking up the house, you know? And then right now I'm doing this program called Copilot, and so my workouts are about 3 days a week right now, and I've been doing those in the morning as well. I am traditionally an afternoon person. Like if I'm going to the gym, I like to do it in the afternoon, but I've been doing it in the morning and it's been really fun. And I've been doing them at home too, which is not usual for me. I'll do yoga at home, but not normally work out. But Copilot's been really great for me, so I'm loving it. And right now I'm doing it over on the side porch because the weather is just so nice in the mornings. I know eventually it's going to be too cold and then it will be too hot, but right now we're in that sweet spot where the side porch feels really, really nice. After I work out, I try to make myself a higher protein breakfast. I normally eat something like oatmeal with peanut butter and fruit, or I'll make eggs and some sort of fruit on the side, usually an orange, or I'll do something like that. But I tried this thing this week that I'm filming this where I boiled a bunch of potatoes at the beginning of the week, and then every single day I was trying to find the perfect way to make crispy potatoes. And we didn't figure it out until a couple of rounds after this. Obi and I kind of put our brains together and did it in the air fryer. If you're wondering, it's to cut them up into cubes and put them into the air fryer for like 20 minutes. We tossed them with oil and seasoning, did 10 minutes, shook them around, did another 10. But this round was fine. It just wasn't the ideal round. But Anyway, I made a little English muffin, some potatoes, and some oranges. This is a much bigger breakfast than I normally have, but I definitely ate all of that and it was delicious. And I usually watch a YouTube video while I eat breakfast. And after a workout, I like to take a bath if I can. I don't always have time, obviously, on a weekday morning, but this morning I did. So I lit a candle, I put some Epsom salts in the bath, and just took a nice little bath moment. I love a morning bath. It feels like luxurious, like you're not in a hurry, you know? It feels like a weekend activity. But I really take the bath because otherwise my muscles will be sore. It helps my muscles out a lot. But I'm putting in these Epsom salts, and then I'm putting in this body oil from French. It's the cashmere vanilla scent. It's my favorite. And it just helps with, you know, it feels like you're getting a luxurious scented bath and your skin leaves feeling like hydrated and nourished. You know, it's lovely. And I just read a chapter of my book, drank some water, and then we got out and it was time to do, or actually while the water was running is when I'm doing this. I am doing my teeth hygiene. I did a water pick, and then brushed my teeth, and then I do tongue scraping, which I'll spare you, and then mouthwash. I love this mouthwash from Hello. It's just like a concentrate and you mix it with water, and yeah, it's nice. It's not too stingy, but it feels like you're doing something, you know? Also, before my bath, I'm putting on a face mask. This is the one from Kiehl's. This is specifically for pores, and since I have dry skin, I really just do this around the T-zone. So I don't put this all over my face because it would dry me out, but I do put it in the space where I want to like minimize the appearance of pores and things like that. And then post bath, we are doing our skincare. I'm starting with a moisturizer from Versed and then eye cream from Kiehl's. I love this eye cream. It kind of gives you a little glow and just feels so hydrating and nourishing. I'm obsessed. It's like my current favorite skincare item, honestly. Every morning for me is different, but I always use Laneige sleep mask or lip mask morning and night, and I don't know what I would do without it, honestly. But otherwise, like, my skincare changes up. I might use vitamin C in the morning, I might use a plumping serum, I might use copper tripeptides, but this day I was just keeping it really simple. And honestly, I'm keeping everything pretty simple this day because I don't really have anywhere to be, or I don't have to be on camera. So I'm just kind of changing clothes into something comfortable, putting my hair half up, half down without even really styling it at all. So nothing too exciting in that regard. I every once in a while will put on some makeup or will, you know, put some effort into my hair, but that's really just if I'm going to be on camera a lot or, you know, recording something that I'm going to have to post somewhere. Otherwise, I just like to feel good in my clothes and like I can touch my face throughout the day. Right now I am using the Glow Screen by Supergoop. They sent me several of their sunscreens and this was by far my favorite. I use this one most days. It has a little bit of a tint, a little bit of a glow. It feels like, I don't know, I just like the way my skin looks when I put it on. I also love their everyday sunscreen, and I also have their spray, like the resetting spray. Those are all my favorite. I have a lot of friends who love the unseen sunscreen. It's not my favorite of those, but mine is probably Glow Screen, then everyday, and then the resetting, kind of in that order. And I'm just giving myself a little bit of a face massage, like helping to depuff and feel awake. And then all I did for makeup was to do my eyebrows, and I used the NYX Thicket. This is kind of my everyday eyebrow. It doesn't really move around. It's pretty light. It's not too dark and pretty simple. And then I'm just spraying on the Cashmere Vanilla from French just to feel nice. After I get ready, every day's a little bit different, but this day I wanted to do a little bit more of a cleanup, so I made the bed, and then I'll go in and do the dishes. Some days Obi makes the bed, sometimes he'll do the dishes. It's different every day, but this day, this is what we did. The next thing that I do is I kind of went ahead and got some tea started. So I like to drink my coffee in the morning, and then when I sit down to start work, I like to have a cup of tea. I try to have a mint tea. I just feel like it's really good in terms of someone who has lung stuff. It feels like it opens my breathing a lot. So I just like to do that because I do a lot of recording, both podcast and video, and talking to Instagram, things like that, and that I feel like that helps. It's also just kind of like a thing that triggers my brain into being ready to work. So that's on that. I also have my little basil plants. We have to water those like every day, every other day, once they get dry. We're just doing that. And then doing dishes. Especially if I'm working from home, I need to get my dishes done before the morning starts because I don't want to be worrying about it. I don't want to be thinking about it throughout the day. I want to just have a fresh, clean space to work. And then after that's done, I wipe the counters down and light a candle or two just to kind of get the house smelling nice. And it's time to make the tea. And we sit down for my little work startup routine, which is just what I do to get myself prepared for a day at work. I put my headphones on. I typically put on like an ASMR video that just kind of helps me to hone in and focus. And then I work on my to-do list in Notion. So I always plan my to-do list out the night before, but I go through and I prioritize my tasks. What are the top 3 most important tasks that I need to do? Sometimes I will arrange them in chronological order of how I would like to do them every single day. It looks a little bit different, just whatever I need to do to make sure that I'm ready to work once I start. I also have a little journal prompts in my daily Notion that I fill out for the morning. So it asks me things like, how will I self-care today? How will I live into my values today? Things like that. I have my daily Notion up on my website. If you want to grab a copy, I have it up for like $10. And it has journaling prompts for the morning and the afternoon, as well as a place for your to-do lists, a Pomodoro timer, and a time tracking, like a time blocking section for your daily spread. The whole thing you can see when you go onto my website. I'll link it down below. But now I'm ready to work, and that's it for my morning routine. Thanks for